Hi friends, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to discussing about PMMC instruments as well as MI instruments. Okay, so according to measuring of both voltage, current and power, the measuring instruments can be classified into two types. Okay, one is the PMMC instruments and second one is the MI instruments. Okay, so PMMC nothing but permanent magnetic moving coil. Okay, please remember that, very important. And also coming for the MI instruments means moving iron instruments. Okay, so coming for the PMMC instruments which is only used in DC because of it is very accurate DC electrical quantities by using PMMC instruments. Okay, but if you want to go for MI instruments, the instruments which is used for both AC as well as DC measuring systems. Okay, the moving iron instruments which is mostly accurate in AC only, does not accurate in DC. Okay, if you want to measure the electrical quantities in terms of DC, we must should be used as PMMC instruments. So coming for the PMMC as well as MI instruments, the PMMC, the scale is uniform because of most accurate. There is no error takes place in case of PMMC instruments by the measuring of DC electrical quantities, and also which contains very high accuracy, and also it consumes less power. Okay, it consumes less power as well as these type of PMMC instruments we can use both vertically as well as horizontally. Okay, that is the major advantage of PMMC instruments, and also there is no hysteresis loss also takes place in case of PMMC because of we are using some spring system, phosphorus branch spring system. By that springs there is no error takes place. Okay, there is a huge amount of error takes place in case of MI instruments because of by the iron plates the instruments may contain some weight. That's why the pointer which is easily does not moves means which contains both deflection torque as well as contouring torque, that is not easily possible in case of MI instruments. Okay. So coming for the permanent magnetic moving coil instruments means itself PMMC instruments. Construction point of view, okay, here in between the permanent magnets we are placing some spindle or else also called as some axial system. Okay, so on the axial system both top view as well as bottom view we are wounding with the help of phosphorus branch spring. Okay, on the spindle system we are placing some aluminum former. Okay, in the aluminum former we are using some core material, that is in terms of like copper. Okay, so this is the copper winding. Okay, and also this is the aluminum former, this, and also both top view as well as bottom view we are placing some joule bearing. We can tie the entire instruments with the help of joule bearing. Okay, here phosphorus branch spring is there. Here the spring which is one is the clockwise direction wounding and another one is the anti-clockwise direction wounding, like that, because of if suppose the pointer comes from forward to backward, at the time the controlling springs easily comes to the at initial position of the particular scale. Also that is the major help with the help of both phosphorus branch spring system. Okay, one is the clockwise direction and another one is the anti-clockwise direction, and also we are giving some DC supply to the both spring system. So whenever the DC supply, this is given as plus and this is given as minus, which is given to the both spring system, then some current will be flowing. Okay, so this is the positive terminal as well as this is the negative terminal. So here the spring system which is internally connected to the core of the material of the aluminum former. Okay, so here core nothing but like some copper material. Okay, by the current flowing through the spring system through copper core of the particular material. Okay, resultant some force will be developing. After that finally existing like a torque. So whenever the torque will be developing in the core of the aluminum former, then automatically the pointer which is moves from initial position to its final position of a particular scale system. Okay, so that is referred as deflection torque here. Okay, deflection torque which is possible by the with the help of only magnetic core of a particular aluminum chamber. Okay, and coming for the contouring torque. Okay, whenever the point which is moves from at initial position to final position, again which is fed back with the help of this spring system, with the help of this phosphorus branch system. Okay, so that is the construction point of view. So this is the spindle and this is the pointer, this is the uniform scale here, and also those are the permanent magnets, and also those two are the jewel bearings. Okay, so this is the overall entire construction of permanent magnetic moving coil. Both PMMC instruments as well as MI instruments mechanism which is placed in ammeter as well as voltmeter as well as wattmeters. Okay, the only thing is that AC meters as well as DC meters. Okay, here mechanism is same but power measuring which is somewhat different in case of both PMMC instruments as well as MI instruments. Okay, so this is the entire mechanism of permanent magnetic moving coil. In the next class we are going to discussing about moving iron instruments. So keep that watching. Thank you all.